White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki revealed on Wednesday that President Joe Biden will make it clear that former President Donald Trump has a singular responsibility for the attack on the U.S. Capitol during his speech on Thursday to mark the anniversary of the January 6th attack. Take a look at the briefing.
Tomorrow the president is going to speak on Capitol Hill. Is he going to address his predecessor's role in the riot?
Yes, and let me give you a little more preview of that. In addition, and I know I noted this yesterday, but I think it's important for people, so let me briefly reiterate. The president is going to speak to the truth of what happened, not the lies that some have spread since, and the peril it posed to the rule of law and our system of democratic governance. He will also speak to the work we still need to do to secure and strengthen our democracy and our institutions, to reject the hatred and lies we saw on January 6th, and to unite our country. I'd also note that President Biden has been clear-eyed about the threat the former president represents to our democracy, and how the former president constantly works to undermine basic American values and rule of law. And President Biden has, of course, spoken repeatedly about how the former president abused his office, undermined the Constitution, and ignored his oath to the American people in an effort to amass more power for himself and his allies. He sees January 6th as a tragic culmination of what those 4 years under President Trump did to our country. And they reflected the importance to the president of winning what he has called many times, and you've heard him call many times, the battle for the soul of our nation. So just as you heard him say on January 6th of last year, I would expect that President Biden will lay out the significance of what happened at the Capitol and the singular responsibility President Trump has for the chaos and carnage that we saw. And he will forcibly push back on the lies spread by the former president in an attempt to mislead the American people and his own supporters, as well as distract from his role in what happened. So he will, of course, speak to the moment, to the importance in history of the peaceful transfer of power, of what we need to do to protect our own democracy and be forward-looking, but he will also reflect on the role his predecessor had.
Psaki didn't say whether Biden would invoke Trump by name, but said, "We'll see. We're finalizing the speech, but I think people will know who he's referring to." She also said that Biden is involved in writing the speech and noted that he feels personally impacted by the events on January 6th, especially due to the 36 years he spent in the Senate, saying, quote, "I think the role of the former president in this, and unfortunately the silence and the complacency of a number of far too many, not every, but far too many members of the Republican Party in the time since then in perpetuating the big lie, has stuck with him as well," she said. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to visit us at rawstory.com, and if you'd like to see more of the Raw Report, please like and subscribe, and join others who like their news raw too.